DJ Academics just dropped what looks like straight-up proof, and the internet lost its mind. Pooh Shiesty might have been locked back up only months after finally getting out of federal prison. Did he really break parole by messing around with guns and lying to his PO? Or did the feds pull off a move nobody saw coming? This whole situation got people questioning everything. It all went down on January 12, 2026, a night the streets won't forget. At exactly 7:21 p.m. GMT, Academics posted a screenshot that sent shockwaves through the rap world. The post looked official, and fans instantly panicked. Memphis rapper Pooh Shiesty, who had just gotten his life back together after serving time, was allegedly back behind bars. The timing had everyone talking, like how could this happen so fast? Academics' post went viral in seconds, over 9,600 likes, more than 700 replies, and a wild 1.5 million views in just a few hours. People were glued to their screens trying to figure out what was real. The screenshot he posted looked like it came straight from the Federal Bureau of Prisons inmate locator, and that's what made it even crazier. The name on the record said Trell D. Williams, Pooh's real name, with a register number 5249050099, age 26, and a new release date listed as 04/11/2026. Fans were stunned. It looked way too real to be fake. DJ Academics just dropped what looked like solid proof, and the whole internet went wild again. Pooh Shiesty might have been taken back into custody only months after walking free from federal time. People were asking, did he really mess up his supervised release by lying to his PO and keeping guns around? Or did the feds just pull a move no one saw coming? The streets were buzzing and everyone wanted answers.
There's no intent shown in that document. There's no words that were said. There's no pointing of the firearm at anyone. Essentially, what the document says and what the witnesses said on that day is that the defendant was being escorted out of the club. He reached for his pockets, looking for money in his pockets. A weapon was pulled and it was fired at the ground. And after it was fired at the ground, allegedly the ricochet or whatever happened was one of the either security guards or an employee of the club was struck in his ankle.
It all started blowing up on January 12, 2026. At exactly 7:21 p.m. GMT, Academics hit his massive following with a screenshot that had the rap world frozen in shock. It showed something that looked too real. Memphis rapper Pooh Shiesty, who had just gotten his career back on track after doing time, was allegedly locked up again. Fans couldn't believe it. The timing, the screenshot, everything looked official. Academics' post exploded online. Over 9,600 likes, 700 replies, and a jaw-dropping 1.5 million views within hours. The image came straight from what looked like the Federal Bureau of Prisons inmate locator, and the details were wild. It listed the name Trell D. Williams, register number 5249050099, age 26, and a new release date listed as 04/11/2026. Fans were stunned. It looked way too real to be fake. Anyone who knows how the feds move caught that detail immediately. That RRM tag with a release date a few months out usually means someone got picked up again while on supervised release. Social media went crazy. The comments were full of jokes and theories. Fans were clowning, saying bro had a drop first day out and last day out back to back. Others started connecting lyrics from his recent comeback track, where he rapped about having a fully ARP still sitting on the counter. Suddenly, those bars didn't sound like regular flexing, they sounded like self-snitching. But here's the twist. The rumors didn't start with Academics. Word actually started spreading a day earlier on January 11th, 2026, during a live stream with Pooh's homie B-Don. During the stream, someone called in talking about a police raid going down. They never mentioned Shiesty by name, but everybody watching started putting two and two together. Group chats lit up, Twitter threads exploded, and people were whispering the same question. Did the feds really pull up on Pooh Shiesty? Did 12 run in his spot? Was Bro already breaking his release terms before all this chaos hit? To really get why these rumors hit so hard, you gotta understand who Pooh Shiesty really is. Born Lontrell Donnell Williams Jr. on November 8, 1999 in Memphis, Tennessee, he came straight out of the Cane Creek Apartments, a part of South Memphis where you learn street codes way before you ever learn math. Growing up there wasn't easy, but it shaped him into the kind of artist who lives what he raps. His pops wasn't just any dude either. He was a rapper and founder of Mob Ties Records, meaning Baby Shiesty had music and the hustle running through his veins from day one. But in Memphis, being around rap also meant being around the trenches, and those two worlds mixed heavy. It wasn't just about bars and beats, it was about survival, respect, and reputation all tied together. Then everything flipped in 2020 when Gucci Mane signed Shiesty to 1017 Records, and that move changed his whole life. A few months later, in November 2020, he dropped Back in Blood featuring Lil Durk, and the streets went crazy. That track was unstoppable, over 200 million YouTube views, climbing to number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100 and becoming an instant anthem. Every car, every club, every block party, you'd hear those first bars and know exactly what time it was. By February 2021, he dropped his debut project, Shiesty Season, and it smashed. The tape debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200 and later went platinum. With collabs from big names like Moneybagg Yo and 18 Savage, Shiesty had officially claimed his spot in the rap game. By mid-2021, Pooh Shiesty's tracks with 21 Savage and ESTG had racked up over 1 billion streams across every platform. Bro wasn't just hot, he was on fire. He had the streets, the clubs, and the charts all locked in. His voice spoke for millions who felt that same struggle he rapped about, and that's what made him real to so many fans. But like a lot of street rappers who skyrocket to fame, trouble wasn't too far behind. In October 2020, what was supposed to be a chill meetup to trade sneakers and a little weed in a Bay Harbor Islands hotel in Florida turned into total chaos. According to federal reports, Pooh Shiesty allegedly fired a Draco, hitting a man in the backside during the deal gone wrong. The crazy part? Security footage caught him jumping out of a McLaren with cash literally falling out of his pockets, wild evidence that would later come back to haunt him. Then came June 2021, and the drama only got deeper. Another shooting reportedly went down at King of Diamonds, one of Miami's most infamous strip clubs. His legal team tried to spin it in court, claiming it was all an accident, but the feds weren't buying that story. The courtroom was packed, cameras flashing, and the tension was through the roof. By July 2021, the feds came crashing down hard on Pooh Shiesty with a stack of serious indictments. They hit him with charges like conspiracy to commit Hobbs Act robbery and firearms conspiracy, charges that could have had him facing life in prison if he took it all the way to trial. The pressure was real. To avoid the worst, Shiesty decided to take a deal and pled guilty to the firearms conspiracy charge in January 2022. Then, on April 20th, 2022, the judge finally handed down the sentence, 63 months behind bars, just over 5 years in the feds. The government had been pushing for 97 months, but the judge showed a little leniency after reviewing everything. Shiesty served his time at FCI Miami and FCI Butner Low in North Carolina, keeping a low profile while working on himself and his music ideas behind the walls. Thanks to the First Step Act and his good behavior credits, his release date kept getting bumped up, first from August 2026, then to April 25th, 2026, and finally to April 11th, 2026. But then things took a turn even faster. On October 25, 2025, Shiesty was officially released early to community confinement, basically house arrest with some freedom, and the internet exploded. Videos started flooding social media showing Shiesty celebrating with K Carbon and Big 30, flexing stacks of cash and living it up after years behind bars. Then he dropped his comeback track, First Day Out, FDO, and that song took over. It shot straight to #1 on Billboard's Hot R&B hip-hop songs, proving his fan base never left his side. But just as fast as he got back on top, fans started noticing some red flags that hinted maybe things weren't as smooth as they looked. In December 2025, things started heating up again for Pooh Shiesty during a Ben live stream that had fans talking non-stop. In the clip, Shiesty went off on a female fan who didn't recognize Lil Durk, the same Lil Durk who blessed him with that legendary Back in Blood feature that changed his whole career. That moment rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and social media lit up fast. Some fans called him out for how he came at her, while others defended him, saying he was just standing on loyalty to Durk. But that wasn't even the wild part. What really had folks worried were other moments that hinted Shiesty might have been pushing it on his supervised release. One particular clip had viewers convinced something wasn't right. People swore they saw Shiesty on the phone with his PO, claiming he was at home, but the visuals told a different story. Fans flooded the comments saying bro was lying to his PO, risking everything just to keep his image up. The internet was going in hard, calling it reckless behavior that could land him right back behind bars. And here's the thing, federal supervised release is no joke. The feds don't play when it comes to violations. It's way stricter than regular probation, and even one lie to your PO can be enough to get you snatched up instantly. So when DJ Academics dropped that BOP screenshot on January 12th showing Pooh Shiesty listed at RRM Dallas with a new release date of April 2026, it didn't feel like a rumor anymore. It felt real. Fans weren't just guessing this time, the paperwork looked official, and the whole internet was convinced something went down for real.
It almost felt inevitable. The pattern was right there. A young rapper finally gets out, starts moving reckless too soon, the feds catch wind, and next thing you know, he's right back in custody. It's a cycle the hip-hop world has seen play out way too many times. But this time, fans weren't just watching. They were digging for receipts, violations, and the real story behind it all. Once the rumors hit, the internet detectives came in full force. They picked apart every clip and post Pooh Shiesty had dropped since October, analyzing every second like they were running their own investigation. Twitter threads, TikToks, Reddit posts, everyone was convinced they had the truth, and what they found made the rumors look way more believable. The clues pointed to one thing. Shiesty might have violated his supervised release in ways that couldn't be ignored. The most explosive piece of evidence? His own lyrics. In his comeback hit, First Day Out, the very song meant to celebrate his freedom, Shiesty dropped a bar where he said he had a fully ARP still sitting on the counter. Fans immediately caught that line and started going off. When you're on federal supervised release for gun charges, even talking about weapons raises eyebrows, but claiming to have one? That's a major red flag. The feds don't play about that kind of talk, especially when it sounds like you're holding an illegal firearm. Having any kind of gun while on supervised release is a straight path back to the box, and rapping about it? That just made people believe the rumors even more. The fact that Pooh Shiesty was bragging about that kind of stuff on a #1 Billboard hit had people split. Was it the boldest flex ever, or just straight up reckless? Either way, the bars were only the tip of the iceberg. Those live streams from December 2025 and early January 2026 started looking like real deal evidence, and fans were quick to point it out. One clip in particular had everyone analyzing frame by frame, the moment where Shiesty seemed to be on the phone with his PO while clearly not being where he said he was. That single moment blew up across social media, and fans were saying, "Ain't no way bro thought he could fool the feds like that." Because let's be real, federal supervised release doesn't play games. When your parole officer calls to check your location, you better be exactly where you're approved to be, no exceptions. The feds have ankle monitors, GPS tech, and systems that track your every move.
And what I realized is that these cliques of rappers, because right now it's weird in Atlanta, it's getting weird for everybody else. Why? That's all their homies. Like that's the cool crew. So I thought that when the whole F the streets thing was, kind of transpiring and going around social media and hip hop, you know who I felt should be the last person that jumped in on that? Pooh Shiesty. You just came out of jail and you're saying that you're back on the streets and you're bringing back the streets damn near.
They don't need to guess. And lying to a federal officer is a serious violation all by itself, the kind that'll get you snatched up immediately. But it didn't stop there. Beyond that suspicious phone call, videos surfaced showing Pooh Shiesty in different spots, flashing cash, chilling with homies, and basically living like he was fully free again. To the internet, it looked like he was pushing every boundary that came with federal supervision, and that's when the rumors really started sounding too real. That December 2025 livestream where Pooh Shiesty snapped on that fan wasn't just a bad look, it was terrible optics. Some people even said it could be used as evidence that he was still struggling with aggression and not fully adjusting back into society, which is literally what supervised release is meant to help with. The feds look at behavior patterns, and something like that could raise serious red flags fast. Then came the gun talk that had everyone side-eyeing his new content. While none of the videos actually showed Shiesty holding a weapon, that would have been way too obvious. Fans with sharp eyes caught what looked like guns in the background of certain clips. Some even pointed out suspicious hidden crate references in his visuals, suggesting he was still hanging around firearms despite his past conviction. That kind of imagery doesn't sit well with federal supervision, especially when your whole case was built around gun charges. People also broke down his first day out lyrics line by line, saying he was mixing slick wordplay with threats. One line stood out heavy: "Them teardrops played out, go get your favorite bullet on your face," which many thought was promoting violence. The song sounded like he was flexing, but to probation officers or federal monitors, it might have looked like a red flag waiting to wave. By the time fans connected all the dots, the aggressive live stream, the possible location slip-ups, the gun visuals, and those sharp-edged lyrics, it painted a wild picture. So when that January 12th BOP screenshot dropped showing Pooh Shiesty listed back in custody, everybody believed it instantly. It didn't even feel like a rumor anymore. It felt like confirmation of what the internet had already figured out. It wasn't that people were rooting for Pooh Shiesty to fail, not at all. It's just that the receipts looked way too real to ignore. Big pages like R Up House TV, Too Cool to Blog, and Daily Loud were all spreading the alleged rearrest news, and the engagement was off the charts. Comments, reposts, memes, the story made sense, so everybody believed it. But then, out of nowhere, came the plot twist nobody saw coming. As it turned out, almost everything the internet believed about Shiesty getting locked up again on January 12, 2026 was completely false. Yep, the whole thing was cap. The real truth didn't surface until later that same day, around 8:33 p.m. GMT, when DJ Academics posted an update that flipped the entire story upside down. According to Academics, his label had reached out to set the record straight, and what they revealed changed everything. They confirmed that Pooh Shiesty had not been rearrested, had not violated his supervised release, and definitely was not back in federal custody facing new charges. The internet had basically run wild with bad info, and the truth hit harder than anyone expected. So what was really going on then? To get it, you gotta understand how the Federal Bureau of Prisons' residential re-entry management system actually works. Those residential re-entry offices handle inmates transitioning from federal custody to community supervision, basically the final step before full freedom. It's a standard federal process, not a sign of getting locked up again. But since the database listed Residential Re-entry Dallas next to his name, fans jumped to the worst conclusion, and that's how the whole rumor blew up into one of the biggest mix-ups the rap world had seen in years. So when the truth finally came out, everything made sense. Pooh Shiesty was never locked back up. He was just listed under the Residential Re-entry Dallas office because that's where his community supervision was being managed. It was standard federal paperwork, not a sign of a new arrest. The man was still free, still on his grind, and still under supervision, just handling business the legal way this time. Once the clarification dropped, fans who had been panicking started breathing again. Even some of the same blogs that spread the story began posting corrections, admitting they got caught up in the hype. The internet had turned a simple database update into a full-blown "the feds got him again" moment. It showed how fast misinformation spreads when it's about a big name like Shiesty. At the end of the day, this was a major reminder: not everything that goes viral is the truth. Pooh Shiesty is still out here, focused on his music, rebuilding his life, and proving he's more than just his past. The story had the internet fooled for a minute, but now the facts are clear. He's free, he's grinding, and he's not letting rumors slow him down. If you made it this far, show some love. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and share this video so more people know the real story. And don't forget to comment below. What do you think about how the internet flipped this whole situation? Stay tuned because the next update on this saga might just be wilder than this one.